Great time to be watching pro surfing here at the Hurley Pro at Lower Trestles in San Clemente with Filipe Toledo, one of the best ever here at this wave, and he's only 20 for the damage that he put down here at the QS 10,000 recently this year. But he takes on a local favorite in Ian Crane as we see an early start to this one, Potts. Toledo trying to steal the energy out of the gates. We see him go down on the climb on that final turn, as we've really been looking forward to this matchup and just really seeing Toledo take over this lineup like he did a couple of months ago.
Yeah, you know, he's going to take a little bit of confidence out of that, but this is a different beast. You know, we're looking at the best surfers in the world under different circumstances. This is for world titles right here. You know, and on top of that, he's put himself in that situation where he is the favorite. Now, the other favorite's the yellow jersey. This guy's the favorite to win this thing, so that comes with a lot of pressure. He's got to be careful of that and just relax.
Now getting the roll in out the back, local boy Ian Crane getting started with a vertical snap, coming around the corner, clean off the top carve, little down carve again, setting up the inside, nice little slash off the top. Crane throws it up vertical, deeper off the bottom, and shuts it down. There's that hometown support coming together.
We've got a hit in our hands. Advantage Ian Crane right there after that first exchange. You know, we talk about Filipe being just amazing. You know, he can get caught in that situation where he's going to try too hard. Let's have a look. Late takeoff to kick things off right there. Jams it off the top. Beautiful turn. Now look how energetic he is up and over and around that section. You see that sense of urgency right there and just trying a little bit too hard. So number one, he's got to find himself on the good ones, because Ian Crane's going to get that. He knows this place like the back of his hand. Beautiful way to start things off. Nice drawn out bottom turn into that top turn combo right there. Nice smooth transition. Gets that inside connection, which is going to be important up against Filipe Toledo. Snaps it off the top. Watch this last turn right here, Joe. Bang, upside down. Just gives it that extra little bit. Showing some variety on the backhand. Advantage Ian Crane.
Crane opens with a 7.33 to start on his backhand. Toledo's opener was a 3.5 and only needs a 3.84 to advance on. Growing up, he's known for doing airs. That's when he won the air show. He did 2 air reverses on the same wave to get that honor. Here's Toledo trying to make up for that last fall. Clean wrap off the top. There's that rhythm into the tail drifting carve. Nice tight arc off the top, air section, coils up, tail high, and that one is incomplete. But some great signs for Toledo making his comeback.
Well, that was a little bit more like it, wasn't it? You know, we talk about him trying, I talk about him trying a bit too hard, a little bit over-amped, you know, just trying to do maybe a little bit too much. Obviously almost pulled that off there, so maybe I should just keep my mouth shut, but you know, that opening couple of turns were just amazing, and that's what he's got to do. Just get that going before he goes to the air. Just get that confidence back, find that rhythm again. Watch these first couple of turns. This is Toledo that we know and love. Beautiful turn right there. Watch this one right here. Gouges and throws the tail out off the bottom again, and another one. So a couple of series of beautiful turns, and then goes for that air reverse. Just gets knocked off by the whitewater. So back on track, kind of. You know, he's just got to make a wave. I think once he completes a ride, look at that there, as good as it gets, really. And that's a part of his surfing that is so underrated, so underestimated. That rail game. Everyone says he's one of the best in the air, which he is. That spring in his step, I mean, just hardly any speed whatsoever, and gets like 4 foot out the lip. But his rail game has gotten better and better, and that's what he used on the Gold Coast to great advantage, as well as the Hurley Pro. He did some big airs because it was a beach break situation, but these kind of waves where they're drawn out, you know, got plenty of time to stand up and do those moves. I'd like to see him just do one complete rail game wave, get that big score on the board, and then start boosting. Big sets out the back. Looks like Ian Crane's going to pull the trigger.
So now Ian Crane will roll in, choosing the backhand once again. First turn, squares up nice and vertical. Throws a second vertical blast on a pretty meaty section. Now he'll fade that next snap. Throws a bucket of water off the top once again. An easy pace and tempo for the local boy, looking to seal the deal. Down carves, he'll snap. Straight up vertical to close this one out in front of the hometown crowd, and he is feeling it. Now to answer back. Filipe Toledo with a solid opening section to work with. Blow tail, stomps it forward. Big section, tail high reverse on the next opportunity. Right into a climb. Toledo is heating up. Forehand roundhouse wrap. Big forehand hook again into the inside, and he'll let the rest of that wave get put to bed itself. Toledo is now on fire. Let's check out the exchange that just went down, Potts.
Yeah, what an exchange it was. Just that classic backside versus frontside attack. Beautiful vertical right there. Ian Crane surfing out of his skin at the moment. Another nice turn. Taking it to the favorite, that's for sure. Big snap again from Ian Crane. He's got that wave selection down. He's on the good ones, and that's half the job done when you've got to surf against someone like Filipe, who's going to light it up. Ian Crane, this wave just kept giving him, and he connected with that last turn. You can see how happy he was. Filipe Toledo, watch this first turn right here. He went for broke on this thing. Bang, right there. Look how fast he's going backwards. Spins it around, straight into another one. That's the ability of this kid. He can come out of nowhere and do stuff like this. So Filipe Toledo, obviously confidence building, and you can see it in his surfing. Another beautiful searing turn right there from Toledo, and decides to kick out of that, get back out first, gain priority, and put Ian Crane in an ominous situation. I'll tell you what, that's going to be crazy. A couple of crazy scores dropped right.
Oh yeah, gotta love it when you're just right here in the field. He's asking me questions, but I'll tell you what, then Filipe, seeing those two turns, those combination of major moves is what we like to see, and of course tail free right on that first turn, straight into another air reverse, and that's what he had to do to take the attention away from what Ian did on his wave.
Really incredible back-to-back waves. You saw Filipe really start to open up. Pete Mel, we were seeing the nerves at the start. He really washed them away real quickly.
They're looking like they're having fun, to be honest. I mean, you look at Ian, he's just like kind of chuckling his way through. He was waving at me earlier when he went around the corner. So he's enjoying this time. Of course, how could you not when you're sitting at lowers with one other person out, and it's 3 to 4 foot and going off.
Wow. Well, Pete, we've got some big scores just about to drop.
Oh, yeah. Gotta love it when you're just right here in the field. He's asking me questions, but I'll tell you what, then Filipe, seeing those two turns, those combination of major moves is what we like to see, and of course tail free right on that first turn, straight into another air reverse, and that's what he had to do to take the attention away from what Ian did on his wave.
Really incredible back-to-back waves. You saw Filipe really start to open up. Pete Mel, we were seeing the nerves at the start. He really washed them away real quickly.
They're looking like they're having fun, to be honest. I mean, you look at Ian, he's just like kind of chuckling his way through. He was waving at me earlier when he went around the corner. So he's enjoying this time. Of course, how could you not when you're sitting at lowers with one other person out, and it's 3 to 4 foot and going off.
Wow. Well, Pete, we've got some big scores just about to drop, and it's going to be on, I tell you right now.
Last of Toledo comes in at an 8.0. Last of Ian Crane, a 9.10. As he still has his lead out front, and Toledo still needs an 8.44. Ian was asking Pete on his way back out what the numbers were, and it's one of the best performances he's had with a jersey on. Surf is firing, and the local boy Ian Crane has Filipe Toledo with his back against the wall at the moment, but there's still plenty of time on the clock for current world number 4 to make a comeback at one of his pet events. During the break, we saw Ian Crane take a little lowers left-hander here, Potts.
Yeah, just trying to mix it up. Obviously, I think he should stick to the rights, taking into consideration he's dropped a 7.33 and a 9.1. Toledo, you can see now, this is his wave while we're at the break. Look how fast he's going. Extreme floater right there, and then goes for something crazy. I think he's just a little bit over-amped right now, thinking he's got to try that a little bit too hard. I think he's got to just pull back a little bit.
Being in sync with this wave. Toledo going above the lip, gets an 8.0, still needs an 8.44 to really keep himself in this world title race. Crane does have priority and the lead over Toledo. Toledo's considering making a move, and he will. Filipe setting up his first turn on the right. It's a blow tail off the top. Big section coming down is going to stop this ride short, and we're into the 5-minute warning. And Filipe still needs an 8.44. We've got a lot of fans on the beach that are backing Crane in this matchup.
Is he going to take it off Filipe Toledo? Here we go.
Local boy is considering it, and he will use priority, setting up the backhand. He's got to go straight up to meet the first section. Now a deep bottom turn. Clean backside hook. Straight out. So using priority. That wave stops short, and it's not going to affect his top two.
Here he goes. This is the last roll of the dice for Toledo right here.
Needs an 8.44. Toledo casually starting this one off. Full wrap to get this thing underway. Nice high line carve again. Closeout section approaching. Reaches for the air. The full rotation punt. Ricardinho loves it. He needs an 8.44 to survive this matchup in round two.
Not in my eyes, but I'm not a judge. And it is one of those things. Let's have a look. Beautiful turn right there. Comes off the bottom. Jams it in the pocket again. Lightning fast from Toledo. Bang. Comes out of that perfectly. Now, had he done that on that last wave, that would have been a lot bigger score, and he wouldn't be in the situation he's in now. 8.44 required. Didn't make any mistakes on that wave. It wasn't a long one, but it was dynamic. A couple of big turns, finishing off with an air reverse.
He's got this whole lineup to himself to make a decision. Scores are drifting in for Toledo. It's an 8.5. He turns this thing around on his final wave. Now 30 seconds.
He's paddling. He has to go this wave.
He's starting to dig for it. It's not going to let him in. And now we're starting to think about a countdown. Toledo under pressure from the start of this matchup because Ian Crane locked in a 9-1-0 and a 7-3-3 back-to-back. Toledo finally got the lead change with the 8.5. And we've run out of time. Filipe, world number 4, survives over Ian Crane under pressure.
You can see how much that meant to him right there.